Hi, it's Michelle here at Literally Me, and I'm here today to share with you my Better Late Than Never February TBR. I know we're already mid-month, but I figured, well, this is a chance for me to just do a very intentional TBR, one that I'm actually going to read, rather than listing a bunch of books that I want to read, but when the time comes to read them, I'm not in the mood. So with this time crunch that we're under, half the month left, I figure, okay, I'll commit to these 3 books and then I should be good. Regardless what mood I'm in, they're all so different from each other. I'm pretty sure it'll work out. So here's hoping. The first thing I want to do though, before I start into my TBR, is finish my current book, which is All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Hadfield. This book, I'm going to do a dedicated video because I feel like I will have to talk about this once I'm done. This is a coming of age story, a missing persons mystery, a serial killer story, a romance, a quirky small town full of interesting people. And yeah, this is a book that is so immersive. I have a feeling it's going to stick with me for years after I finish reading it. So yeah, first on my agenda, finish this one. The next book I want to get to, the first on my remainder of February TBR, is one that I mentioned in my birthday book haul video. It's one I picked up on my birthday. It's called King of the Armadillos by Wendy Chin Tanner. In this book, we're following a character named Victor. He is a Chinese immigrant who's been recently diagnosed with Hansen's disease, which is formerly called leprosy. He is sent to quarantine with a bunch of other people from all over the United States at a leprosarium in Carville, Louisiana. Once there, he meets an incredible cast of characters. According to the synopsis, he has his heart broken. He discovers music. He changes as a person and grows, and I cannot wait to see what happens to him. He discovers music while in here, so that should be an interesting part of the story too. And yeah, it seems like a really interesting book to me. Maybe it's just my love of the cover. I don't know what, but I have to read this one. And hopefully it lives up to my expectations. Next on my list is a book I picked up a while back. Again, I was drawn to the cover and then I read the synopsis. This is called The Specimen, and it is by either Haima or Jama Fixin. Not sure how to pronounce her first name. This is a gothic, dark, historical fiction set in Edinburgh, Scotland in the 18-somethings. And we are following a character named Isabel. She has a young son with a defective heart valve, so he's very ill. She spends her life taking care of him and trying to make him as happy as possible, and it's very difficult struggle. And then one day her son disappears. He goes missing. And I'll just read a little bit here. It says, missing persons cases are all too common in Edinburgh, where people simply vanish like mist. But Dr. Burnett, this doctor that she meets, is obsessed with his specimens. He's got jars of specimens on shelves in his office, hence the specimen. Isabel sees one of these jars, which contains the heart of a child with the same defection as ailed her young son. So now she's wondering, did this doctor have something to do with his disappearance? What's going on? I don't know, but she has to find her son and get to the heart of what is going on with this creepy doctor. It sounds very dark, very atmospheric, and maybe a horror element to it. So yeah, I'm a sucker for a good historical fiction that is gothic. So I'm going to read this one. The next book, this next author actually came to my attention via Louise Savage at Louise Savage Muses. If you haven't seen her channel, you should check her out. She's fantastic. Her videos are full of inspiration for me as a reader. She always brings different authors or books to my attention that I might not have seen before. And this one is no exception. The person that I'm talking about is retired astronaut Chris Hadfield. He is super talented. He has gone on to become a writer. The book that Louise was talking about, I think, was his memoir, but she just had nothing but praise for his writing skills. And I take her word as very reliable. So I picked up a mass market paperback edition of The Apollo Murders. Now, this is way so far out of my genre of reading that it's not even in the same neighborhood. So I'm really looking forward to this. It's totally different. I'm not one for outer space or spy novels or like I'm not of the Robert Ludlum, you know, those type of books. But because I've heard so much about what a great writer he is, I like him as a person from what I've seen. I think he's super talented. And I can't wait to see what kind of fiction he writes. This story is set in the 1970s, Soviet era, when the United States had a space mission called Apollo 18, this fictional space mission. Our protagonist, Kaz, has been unable to participate in any major kind of space missions. He's a flight controller, but he was blinded in one eye, apparently. And somehow he gets assigned to a mission to space on Apollo 18 to find out if the Soviets are indeed spying and what they can do to stop that. Judging from the title, some murders happen along the way, and yeah, hopefully it's a fast-paced thriller. I read the first few pages and it does actually sound really interesting. So I'm always up for learning about science, about space expeditions. Space exploration is a really interesting topic to me. I am blown away by super intelligent people who have these jobs that I could never imagine doing. So yeah, really looking forward to this one as well. And I think I can get through all three of these books by the end of February. Wish me luck. I'd love to know what you guys are reading. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye for now.